Hey, reach up there and pull those belts tight. One more time, you're watching the original Rebels Racing League.
Welcome back to Homestead Miami Speedway. My name's Josh Hall. We're here on Intensely Broadcasting here at Homestead Miami Speedway with the original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series here on iRacing. As we're getting ready, we got about 4 minutes left here in practice. We see Garrett Kinder up at the top of the board. Christian Dedman currently second on the speed charts, then Jeff Paisley, Sam Wetstein, and Charlie Elmore round out your top five. Good to see Charlie Elmore having a good run in practice here and see if he shows some speed as the night goes on. Let's take a look at the points coming in here tonight. We see Garrett Kinder at the top of the board. Aaron Adcock sitting back in second. Brandon Wallace, Josh Lokovitz, Jeff Paisley, your top five. Then Josh Oswald, Charlie Elmore, Spencer Gay, Tracy Parsons, and Mickey Isaac, and Kyle Roberts tied for that 10th position. So tight field all the way through. Again, these guys do have a playoff system. So it's all about making up at the top of the charts there to make your way into the playoffs. We saw a fuel mileage race in the Outlaw race. We're going to have to see if we get the same sort of thing here tonight. The Outlaw race went caution-free, all 100 laps, green flag. Jonah Colbert got the win with some fuel saving and some fuel strategy, actually shutting his truck off through the corners, trying to save as much fuel as he could. So we'll have to see if somebody else has that same strategy or if we have a couple extra cautions here tonight. See Garrett Kinder coming out on track right now, your points leader, and that big frig machine. Again, we do want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight on the Sunday Night Truck Series, brought to you by Whole Sheeting and Air Conditioning. That's Whole Sheet Metal and Air Conditioning. Of course, we want to thank all of our great sponsors that makes this league possible. Whole Heating and Sheet Metal, fueled by the memory of Ray Cobb. Smeel Racing Design, Shibu Crypto, Peg Leg Felts, P&J Motorsports, Evil Empire Sim Sport, Thunderstruck Super Series, Kinder Farm and Ranch, Smeel Racing Designs, BK Motorsports, and Slabowski Window Tinting. So all of them helping out to make this league a success week in and week out. Also, don't forget to visit Original Rebels Racing League's website at ORRLeague.com. That's ORRLeague.com. There's a link in the description, so you can check that out for all the standings, news, and anything in regards to the Original Rebels Racing League. And while I'm promoting websites, don't forget to check out the Intensity web store. We have a brand new web store where you can find all your merchandise for Intensity Broadcasting or all your favorite leagues. Again, that's intensitybroadcasting.com. So we got just a few more moments before we go green flag racing here. Or excuse me, we get qualifying underway here. We'll see who can get that Peg Leg Felts Pole Award here tonight. We saw Fry Hubbard get it in the first race. Fortunately, pit strategy did not work out for him. We'll see if that changes here tonight in the second race. Again, first race going caution free. which is unusual. So we'll have to see if these guys were watching that first race. Let's see, our first truck out on track is the 9 of Mike Veith. See, Stacy Passons says, and Paul Passons are both watching. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Kevin Kinder, as always, joining. Good looking number 13 truck. So it'll be 100 laps here tonight at Homestead Miami Speedway. We'll have 7 sets of tires, 6 sets in the pits, which will be plenty, especially if we go green flag, flag to flag like we did in the first race. And Homestead Miami is a bit of a unique track, even though it looks very symmetrical. The 2 turns do handle completely different. So as you work your way down through turns 3 and 4, they just feel a little bit different as well. Pit stalls are assigned by qualifying order, so pole sitter will have spot number 1, second place spot number 2, and so on down the line. If somebody doesn't qualify, then it goes by their official iRating and what position they will be qualified in at the end of the field, and that will assign the pit stalls in order from the back. Another way Homestead's kind of unique is the progressive banking. We'll see these guys, some guys running right up against the wall like we're seeing Mike do on this first lap. Now he's going to work his way down towards the bottom. The middle is in play. The wall is in play. That white line's in play. So we're going to see a lot of different lines through these drivers all night long. Christopher Heiner currently jumps up to the top spot. Mike Veith finishes his spot. He's currently in the 3rd position. You see right here, Christopher Heiner ripping that high side in that Dirty Mo Media truck, and that is a sweet looking paint job right there. Brandon Wallace says, "Go Team Reaper," and Kevin says, "Thanks for the information on the pit stalls." As Christopher Heiner comes across the line for his 2nd lap, and he is going to move up into the 2nd position. Mickey Isaac currently at the top of the speed charts. A couple drivers we expect to be really fast, though, have not even started their qualifying attempt yet. See Josh Oswald coming off of turn number 4, running that lower lane. And this is to take the checker flag, and Oswald's going to move up into the 2nd position, knocking Cody Bohm down just a spot. Sam Wetstein out on track. We have the fuel-saving god himself, Jonah Colbert, in the chat right now, rooting on Garrett Kinder. Getting some congratulations as Sam Wetstein moves up to the top of the board. See, Tracy Passon's out on track. Tracy running that low lane immediately. And again, Homestead with the progressive banking, what that means is the inside of the track has a lower degrees of banking than the outside of the tracks, which as you go up towards the wall, the banking increases. Kind of lets the high lane have a little bit of a chance. At the bottom of the track where Tracy's running right now, the banking is 18 degrees. But as you work your way up to the wall, it gets up to 20 degrees. So that does help out getting these trucks stuck down into the track. As we see Tracy Passons moves up into the 7th position. William Griffith coming out on track right now. Griff using that higher lane to get himself going. Immediately gets down to the bottom. And off of turn number 2, right here, there's a really big bump. And that can come into play, especially if you have two drivers running side by side off that corner. It's really easy to get your truck upset and out of shape and slide up into the truck to your outside. So we'll be watching tonight to see if that comes into play tonight. Colbert says he had to jump in to support the other Okie teams. I'm sure they appreciate you coming in and giving them the support. Griff currently up into the 17th position. See if he's able to increase or improve his time on his second lap. Garrett Kinder in the 13 moves up into the 13th spot on his first lap. And Griff is going to jump up into 10th. We see Garrett Kinder coming down the backstretch. Off of turn number 4. Let's see where Kinder's lap puts him. All the way up to the pole with a 33.40. Jeff Paisley just jumped up to 4th as Christian Dedman knocks Kinder off the pole position. See Chuck Pegleg Feltz out on track. Currently in the 20th position on his first lap. Let's see what he's able to do here on his second lap. And across the line, and Pegleg is going to jump up into the 12th position. Jeff Paisley is going to improve 1 position back to 3rd. See Alex Veith out on track and his qualifying done. Aaron Adcock just jumped up into the 5th position. As Alex makes his way off of turn number 4 and across the stripe. And that's going to move Veith up into... Actually, he's not going to improve his time at all. He's going to be in the 19th position. Ray Page and Kyle Roberts have not put a lap down yet. But it doesn't look like they will be, so we'll keep an eye out to see if anybody else hits the track. Again, we want to thank you for joining us here tonight on Intensity Broadcasting, so we can bring you live flag-to-flag coverage of the original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series. Don't forget to tune in every night. So we have live racing 7 nights a week. Tomorrow night we have the Extreme Forces ARCA Series. Tuesday night doubleheader with the Doghouse Racing League Truck Series brought to you by Shoney's. Kicking off at 8 p.m. Eastern, followed by the SCSRA Truck Series at 10 p.m. Eastern, or 9:30 Eastern. Wednesday, we've got the SCSRA Xfinity Series. Thursday night, Thunderstruck. Friday night, Xfinity Series. Saturday night, Send It Cup Series. And, of course, your Sunday night truck doubleheader here on Intensity. So don't forget to check out every night. Especially if you like good racing like we saw today at the LA Coliseum. I know I was a big fan of the racing there today. Fantastic debut for the car. I know a couple people had some mechanical issues through the race, but overall, I think it was a success and look forward to the LA Coliseum becoming a staple of the NASCAR series. Again, don't forget to check out the Original Rebels website at ORRleague.com. There is a link down in the description. And just below that, there's a link down in this description to our web store. So don't hesitate to check that out. We've got everything from hats, t-shirts, coffee mugs. That is the Intensity Broadcasting web store at intensitybroadcasting.com. where you can find t-shirts, hats, coffee mugs, stickers, mouse pads, and of course league collections as well. Original Rebels Racing League, SCSRA, Thunderstruck, Mayhem Modified, Extreme Forces. So you can find all your favorite league apparel right there at intensitybroadcasting.com. We are gridding up right now, and we see Christian Dedman is your pole sitter. He's going to get that peg leg pole award. Got to get my sponsors up there tonight. And your starting grid is brought to you by BK Motorsports. And again, peg leg pole award will go to Christian Dedman. Garrett Kinder will be starting to the outside in row number 1. Row 2 will be the 7 of Jeff Paisley, with Mickey Isaac having a great qualifying start. Back in 4th, Aaron Adcock rolling off 5th, with Josh Smith in the 47 to his outside in the 6th position. 4th row will be Sam Wetstein and Josh the Jet Oswald, followed by Cody Boehm and Tia Swank rounding out your top 10. Tracy Passons and Christopher Heiner will be your 6th row. 7th row will be the 75 of Chuck Feltz and Charles Stevens Jr. to his outside, with Charlie Elmore rolling off 15th and William Griffith rolling off in 16th. Jim McClendon in the 17th position, with Davy Jones in 18th. Alex Veith and Josh Lokovitz 19th and 20th. Tyler Rice in 21st. Mike Veith having a good qualifying in 22nd. Spencer Gay 23rd. '24th will be Joaquin Meza. And then Brett Grunwald, Kyle Roberts, and Ray Page will round out the rest of the field here at Homestead, Miami. As we get ready to start the race here, Garrett Kinder will be leading them down to the starting zone. Kevin Kinder is looking for an Okie sweep. But here we go. Pace truck's getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn on to pit road. Christian Dedman leads them down to the starting zone. Green flag is in the air. And Kinder actually beat Dedman to the line. And I don't know if he's going to get a black flag for that, as the leader has to be the one to cross the line first. But Kinder looking up to the high side. Mickey Isaac trying to get back in the battle here as well. We'll keep an eye on that to see if Kinder has to go in and serve a penalty, as he's made himself out, got himself out to the lead. But here comes Mickey Isaac ripping that high line, trying to get around Kinder up on the high side. As they come across the line, Mickey Isaac is going to lead the first lap here at Homestead, Miami. And Isaac wasting no time getting up to that high side, as Garrett Kinder slides back into the 3rd position. Christian Dedman running in the tire tracks. Oh, Dedman slides up the track. They got a little loose there into the corner. Had to catch it. Oh, Mickey Isaac up into the wall. He's going to fall all the way back. We see Alex Veith and Josh Lokovitz going on by. Caution is out. See Brett Grunwald sliding down. Mike Veith turn around into pit lane. And that's going to bring up our first Wreckage Rewind of the night, brought to you by Kinder Farm and Ranch. And we'll see exactly what started this to bring this one out. This looks like a 2-part incident right here. So we see Mickey Isaac running that high lane. He's right up against the wall here. And as he slides up the track just a little too much, catches that wall. That kills all his momentum. And as that's happening, We see Jeff Paisley down on the bottom get turned by Aaron Adcock. Came up into Aaron Adcock, actually. And checks the whole field up. Oh, Josh Lokovitz went for a wild ride there. Let's rewind that and see what happened to the 79 as we saw him up and over. Gets in the back of Alex Veith because Veith was checking up for the wreck. Yeah, goes underneath the 69 of Spencer Gay. Spencer Gay had a windshield full of the 79. Just happens so fast as we take a look here on board with Spencer Gay, and you can see exactly what he saw, which was just the bottom of Josh Lokovitz's truck. So a tough break for all those involved. Jeff Paisley, Mickey Isaac involved, Tyler Rice, Josh Lokovitz, Brett Grunwald, Charlie Elmore. I think Jim McClendon got a little piece of that as well. Aaron Adcock getting some damage. So already on lap number 4, we have our first caution of the night. We saw in the first race that these trucks can go about 50 green flag laps before they have to come in and pit. This caution is going to help out just a little bit, though. That's going to put Josh Smith up into the lead. Garrett Kinder to the outside. Then Josh Oswald and Christian Dedman will be the second row. Tracy Passions, Chuck Pegleg Feltz will be back in row number 3. So we get ready to re-rack them, restack them, getting ready to refire them here at Homestead, Miami. Saw back a little ways. Somebody's running a Bengals truck. That'd be the 10 of Davy Jones. One of the excited ones for the Super Bowl next week. But here we go. Josh Smith leads them back down to the restart zone. Green flag is back in the air, and Smith with a great jump off Garrett Kinder. And Kinder's got pressure here from the 17 of Josh the Jet Oswald. So a couple Joshes up in front. Josh Smith and Josh Oswald run 1-2 with Garrett Kinder, Christian Dedman, and Tracy Passions behind as we see the 78 of Cody Bohm trying to make his way up into the mix here as well in that snap-on machine. How about this? Chuck Pegleg Feltz up into the 5th position. Getting around the 53 of Tracy Passions. Ooh, Chuck has a little issues getting into the corner. They're going to be 3 wide. They figure it out back to 2 wide as here comes Bohm back to the inside. He's going to tuck in behind Pegleg. And Tracy's going to, has to check up hard as, again, Christian Dedman just having trouble getting into turns 3 and 4. Checks himself up and checks everybody up behind him. Up at the front, we got the Josh and Josh show as Josh Smith leads Josh Oswald. Oswald, though, starting to close that gap, trying to get up to the 47, and Garrett Kinder about a second back. So these two pushing hard, and Kinder may have been watching that first race and saw that fuel mileage can come into play, and he might be sitting back there kind of saving a little bit, saving his fuel and saving his tires and letting these two race it out here up at the front. As they work their way off of turn number 2, and you see the field really spreading out, running high, running low, running middle. Again, this track is wide enough where you can pretty much run anywhere you'd like. And these drivers will take advantage of that progressive banking all night long. Further back in the field, we see Kyle Roberts and William Griffith going at it. Griff getting around the 35. We got 3 wide right behind him. Davy Jones, Josh Lokovitz, and it looked like the 66 of Tia Swank were just 3 wide for a moment. They settled back into 2 wide. But Davy Jones up on that high side trying to get around Tia Swank. Great view of the field as they make their way into turn number 3. Oh, Tia Swank hits that apron just a little bit, gets himself in some trouble. Here comes William Griffith trying to get around the 42. Or excuse me, that's the 92 of Joaquin Meza. Move Griff up into the 11th position. Tracy Passons down on the bottom underneath Sam Wittstein, trying to take that 7th position away. Sam, though, battling back hard on that high side. And now Josh Oswald has fallen off of Josh Smith by about a half a second, so they were just running nose to tail. And while that's going on, Garrett Kinder has fallen back a full second, almost 2 seconds back behind our leaders. And here's an unusual sight, watching Garrett Kinder turn to the left instead of to the right. Nice and smooth off the corner. Run that low lane, trying to take the shortest way around the track and save as much fuel as he can. Battle behind him between Pegleg Feltz and Cody Bohm. Pegleg down on the low side. Cody up on the high side, and Cody looks like he's going to be able to get back to the gas a little bit quicker. And as they come off the corner, he almost runs into the back of Garrett Kinder. Now he's going to pull down to the low side, looking to take 3rd away from Garrett Kinder, and he will. And here comes the 75 of Pegleg Feltz, also looking to take a position away from Garrett Kinder as they come down the backstretch. Into turns 3 and 4, and Pegleg now down to the bottom. As the field makes their way off of turn number 4 and down the front stretch. Pegleg just not able to complete that pass. Looks like he is a little bit quicker, but just not able to get up there and challenge Kinder. And now Kinder is coming back to the inside of the 78 of Cody Bohm. And Kinder must have heard me talking about him fading back, as he's turned the afterburners back on, and he's going to get back around, move himself back up into the 3rd position, just behind. A little battle back here between Tracy Passons and Christian Dedman. Passons down on the bottom, Dedman on the high side. You see Sam Wittstein right there as well in the mix. And we almost had some 3 wide racing, but Sam backed out of it and tucked back in behind Christian Dedman. The 2 of them both hit the apron. That's going to kill both those trucks' momentum, as Tracy Passons is going to slide right up into the 6th position. The interval between Josh Oswald and Garrett Kinder is still just over 2 seconds. Kevin Ratchet Miller says in the chat that the 13 ain't having it. And he's not. He's trying to get himself back up towards the front. Little battle heating up here with Tia Swank and Jeff Paisley. Looks like Paisley getting around Tias, and that 7 machine now looking to take a position away from Ray Page. Battle heating up here. Big Leg Phelps on the high side. Tracy Passons down on the bottom. This is the battle for 5th as Peg Leg keeps himself up there in the front. 13 being patient, saving his stuff for later. I think the 13 was watching you, Kolb, in that first race, because that's exactly what he's doing. He's trying to be patient, save his tires, save his fuel, and be there at the end. We did see the first race go completely caution-free. We're working lap 20 in the second race. Unfortunately, they did have a caution on lap number 5. But so far, the last 15 laps have been caution-free. Josh Smith continues to pull away from Josh Lokovitz, as the gap between first and second is now almost a second and a half, as we got a battle back here. Peg Leg Phelps looking down underneath. Cody Bohm trying to take away that 4th position. And he does. So move Peg Leg up in the 4th. Chuck having a great run here so far tonight. A little bump drafting between the 75 and the 78. That really hurt the 78's momentum, though, as he slides back behind Tracy Passons, as he had to check up hard to keep from overdriving that corner. Battle here, Ray Page and Tia Swank. See, Jeff Paisley has gotten around the 41. Tias also trying to get around that 41 to move himself up into the 14th position. And Joaquin Meza right here in this mix as well. So Jeff Paisley looking to the inside of Joaquin. Joaquin, though, right down on that door. Here comes Tia Swank into the mix as well. As they were just almost 3 wide into turn number 1. Another battle up here. Christopher Heiner, Josh Lokovitz, Kyle Roberts. Kyle Roberts getting around the 1 of Heiner. Here comes Josh Lokovitz looking down underneath Heiner as well. Ooh, Heiner gets up into the wall. That's going to kill all his momentum. And he's going to slide back into the 11th position. Cody Bohm all over the back bumper of Tracy Passons as they make their way through turns 1 and 2. Let's ride along here with the 53. It's Cody Bohm. Thought about taking a look down to the inside, but see Tracy driving into the corner just a little bit deeper. But Cody able to pick up the gas a little bit sooner, but that time by he had to lift just a little bit to keep from running into the back of the 53. Now Cody's going to look up to the high side. Here Tracy tried to get back to the gas, but just was not able to. Had to get out of it. Because we're about we're 25 laps on these tires, and at this point in the run, they're starting to get a little pushy. The trucks are starting to push a little bit, which means that the front end just isn't hooking up as well. And you're just not able to get back to the gas or get the truck to turn the way it was on fresher tires. I always remember, the best way I always remembered it was when the truck is tight and pushing, that's when you hit the wall with the front of the truck. And when it's loose, or oversteer as they call it, That's when you hit the wall with the back of the truck. See Tracy Passions get up into the wall just a little bit. No harm, no foul, though. Doesn't really break his momentum as he continues to follow peg leg here around. Cody Bohm starting to fall back just a little bit. Back up front, Josh Smith has over a second lead over Josh Oswald. Running back in second. Garrett Kinder, though, not too far behind Josh Oswald now. He's cut that gap down to about a half a second, and he's continuing to push forward. As we got a battle for position here. Tracy Passions looking down to the inside of peg leg. And Tracy's going to slide up in front of his teammate to take over the fourth position. And Garrett Kinder, as we were just saying, is coming quickly. Take a look at the lap times between these two, and Oswald almost 0.4 of a second slower last time by than Garrett Kinder, and you can see Kinder closing that gap rather quickly. And that's what saving your stuff is all about. You can save your stuff for the mid part or the later part of the run. Again, we know they should be coming down pit road in the next 20 to 23 laps. As Kinder's going to take a look down to the inside of Josh Oswald and take that second position away. One driver already on pit road. The 88 of Charles Stevens Jr. just came down pit road. A little further back in the pack, we've got a little battle going up here. See Alex Veith, Davy Jones, Mickey Isaac, William Griffith all in the bunch here. Again, you can just see just how many unique lines are run here at Homestead, Miami. You see Charlie Elmore in the mix as well. Some drivers running up high, some drivers running down low, some drivers running right in the middle. We've really seen that all night, even in the first race, is battle on track here between Christian Dedman and Peg Leg Phelps as Dedman gets around and takes over the fifth position. Oh, Cody Bohm looking way down. Oh, Peg Leg. Great save out of the driver of the 75. Contact between him and the 78, and wow, Peg Leg able to hold on to that truck. Amazing save. Quick hands, and yeah, he's going to lose a few positions, but a fantastic save. And look what's happening up front. Garrett Kinder has caught Josh Smith, and he's right there on that back bumper. Kinder right there on the bumper, looking down to the inside. He's going to take that position away. So move Garrett Kinder up into the top spot. More battling going on back here. Joaquin Meza, Tyler Rice, and Spencer Gay. This is back 14th, 15th, and 16th. And these guys are actually catching Cody Bohm, who just had that incident with Chuck Pegleg Phelps. As you see these drivers wheeling it off the corner, trying to get themselves in position here as pit stops will be starting pretty soon. We see a gaggle of cars right in front of it. Josh Lokovitz Tia Swank, Kyle Roberts, Pegleg trying to move himself back forward after that great save. We know he's got speed. We're going to have to see if he's going to be able to use that speed to get back up towards the front as Kyle Roberts is looking down to the inside of Josh Lokovitz, trying to take over the 6th position. Side by side off of turn number 4. Tia Swank coming into the mix as well. I thought Tias was going to have the good run and try to take it 3 wide in the middle, but Kyle Roberts is going to clear Lokovitz. And now Lokovitz loses a position to Tia Swank. Up front, Josh Smith has a mirror full of Tracy Passons now. We take a look off the back bumper. Tracy looking right down to the inside. You see, that's the 5 of Brett Grunwald also right there. Brett is a lap down. Take a look off the back bumper now. See that 5 truck who was on pit road, and he's got a little fresher tires. You're starting to see that right now as he's able to drive around by. A couple other drivers just hit pit road. Christopher Heiner, Mike Veith all on pit road. But Garrett Kidner out front and pulling away from 2nd place Tracy Passons, who just got passed by Brett Grunwald. Aaron Adcock and Joaquin Meza having a bit of a battle back here. Aaron trying to take over the 14th position, and he's going to clear Joaquin as they come off of turn number 4. Here comes another battle. 78 and the 75 battling back at it again. And I was curious if Chuck was going to repay the favor here on the 78. They make their way down towards turn number 3. Here comes Lokovitz up to the high side. Lokovitz is on fresh tires. And Lokovitz up into the wall. Hard, heavy contact with the wall. That's not going to do him any favors. That happened right in front of Joaquin Meza and Tyler Rice right there as well. Josh Smith now has a mirror full of Christian Dedman. So Smith doing a good job staying up towards the front, getting the track position, led a bunch of laps. And now he sees himself fading back just a little bit. So move Christian Dedman up into the 3rd position. So 2 Reaper trucks up in the top 3. As Josh Smith continues just to fall back just a little bit. See Pegleg here, trying to get around Sam Wetstein to take over the 11th position. Sam slides way up the track, almost catches the wall. And Chuck almost completed the pass. Here comes Sam back, though, battling hard on the outside. But Pegleg's going to get that position easily. Josh Oswald has a Tia Swank here, stalking his mirror. Looking down to the inside. Matthew Miller asks, fast repair? Yes, these drivers do have one fast repair that they can use. See some three-wide racing for a second between Josh Lokovitz, Ray Page, and Jeff Paisley. Josh Oswald under attack from Kyle Roberts. So it looks like the Jet burned off his tires and he's starting to fade back quickly. As we see some of these drivers that were running a little further back but continue to march forward. One driver continuing march forward is Garrett Kinder, who's now got just over almost a second and a half lead over second place Tracy Passons. And a battle heating up here as we got three-wide racing. That's the one of Christopher Heiner down on the low side. He is a lap down, just pit, trying to make those tires work for him. And you can see just the difference that fresh tires really have as they make their way off of turn number 4. And Heiner is able just to pull away, especially in the corner. Down the straightaways, it's not so much of an advantage, but you can really see in the corner just how much those fresh tires are working as Pegleg and Aaron Adcock battle side by side, with Spencer Gay right behind him. Now Adcock's got to tuck back in line. Going to try another look down here to the inside. And Chuck's going to let him right on by, as we know Chuck had that moment a few laps ago, that right rear probably got pretty hot for a moment, and he had to take some time to cool it off, but it probably still isn't where he wants it to be, as Spencer Gay now looks down to the inside of that 75 machine. And Josh Smith now under attack from Tia Swank. Josh Smith is going to dive down the pit road. And he's going to be one of our first leaders to hit pit road. Garrett Kinder continues the lead. Josh Oswald in some trouble. Just got passed by Ray Page, and he's continuing to slip back. He is the only driver out in the top 15 that's running 36-second laps. So I imagine we'll see Josh Oswald hit pit road pretty quickly as well. As yet, it looks like he's slowing down here to hit pit road. He missed pit road. I thought he was coming down to pit road, but looks like he's going to let these drivers by, and Oswald in some trouble. I thought he was underpowered for a second, but it's just his tires are so worn out, he just cannot keep up with the drivers in front of him. Tracy Passons peels down on the pit road. So one of our front runners on pit road as well, and Garrett Kinder staying out. And I imagine Kinder will probably come down pit road in the next lap or two. We did have that caution on lap number 4, so that allowed drivers like Garrett Kinder and Christian Dedman to save a little bit of fuel. And they want to make sure that they can definitely make it to the end. We know that they can go 50 laps for sure. We saw that in the first race. But if you're Garrett Kinder and you're still running good laps and not losing any time. Oh, one driver having some issues, Davy Jones, having some trouble getting on the pit road. It says he crashed, but let's see what happened to Davy here as he was getting on pit road. If he just got completely sideways, locking him up, getting onto the pit lane. No, he just slowed down too much. Yeah, he had to almost stop to get himself on pit road, so. And Kinder continues to stay out. Christian Dedman still sitting in second. Tia Swank in third. Kyle Roberts and Ray Page make up your top 5. Kyle Roberts and Ray Page both up 22 spots from where they started. As now Kinder dives down on the pit road. Is he able to get slowed down in time? He does. And Christian Dedman right behind follows suit. As well as Kyle Roberts, Jeff Paisley, Sam Wetzel. Wow. Jeff Paisley hit the inside wall trying to get on pit road. As we see most of the field coming down onto pit road. See Garrett Kinder and Christian Dedman on pit road. Kinder down and away. There goes Christian Dedman. These drivers do have to use this access road to get back on track. They don't have to take the access road to get on the pit road, but they do have to take it to get off of pit road. And that's going to put Tia Swank in the lead as he just got around Christian Dedman. Peg Lake Felts, Tyler Rice, all on pit road. Here comes Tias making his way down the pit road as well. So that's going to give the lead back to the 53 of Tracy Passons and Josh Smith. And not too far behind Smith, we see the 13 of Garrett Kinder. So Garrett, not having to save fuel like we saw earlier in the run, he's able to make it to the end easily. Now it's all about saving his tires just to get himself up towards the front. Tyler in the chat talking about his first race tonight. Hit the wall, goofed up, and his truck was a parachute for the rest of the race. That's a tough thing to deal with. Been there. I know that feeling. It's never a fun feeling driving a parachute around the track, especially at a high-speed track like here at Homestead, Miami. And it looks like Josh Smith may have learned something from that first run. Taking it much easier, not quite pushing quite as hard. His fastest lap of the race was a 33.7 during that first run. His last time by, he ran a 34.1, so definitely easing off the throttle this time, trying to save his stuff just a little bit better. Although here he goes taking a look down and sees Garrett Kinder coming in the mirror. So now he's going to look down to the inside Tracy Passons. He's going to turn on his jets and try to take over the lead as Garrett Kinder is stalking right there in the mirror of both these drivers as they are side by side for the lead off of turn number 2. As these two drivers work their way through the corner. We are approaching just 40 laps to go, and almost some contact. Passes almost up into the wall, almost some contact between those two drivers. So these two drivers pushing very hard right now, trying to keep Garrett Kinder behind them. They know he's coming. They know he's fast. Josh Smith able to clear the 53 of Tracy Passons, but Tracy coming back down to the bottom. Crossover move, looking down to the inside as they make their way through turns 3 and 4. They continue to run side by side. Oh, Josh Smith gets really loose. Has to get out of it, and that's going to kill his momentum. Now he's going to have to contend with Garrett Kinder and 41 of Ray Page having some issues. He jumped down to the pits. Let's see what happened to Page here for a second. Looks like he may have just lost it on his own. Oh, catches Christian Dedman. Hard contact for the 3. As Tracy Passons continues to lead over Josh Smith and Garrett Kinder. Here's the 5 of Brett Grunwald in here as well. And he's getting lapped here by the leaders. So tough break for the 3 of Christian Dedman. You see him slowing down, trying to get down on the pit road, trying to get that fast repair done. You see the smoke billowing out of that truck, showing he's got some significant damage mechanically to that truck as well. So tough break as he's going to go a lap down as Tracy Parsons and Josh Smith continue to battle here. And you see the 13 of Garrett Kinder. He's got a front row for this battle. Front row seat for this battle. But he wants to see these two running side by side and battling like this. He's just going to hang back here. Because the more... Oh, contact! Contact between the 53 and the 47. The more that these guys run each other like that, the harder they're going to push, the more they're going to burn their stuff up. And we are 3 wide for the lead here at Homestead. Josh Smith is going to clear Tracy Parsons. Parsons is going to push him down through the corner. Here comes Kinder down on the inside. He's going to try to pass them both as they come off of turn number 2. And Garrett Kinder to the lead here at Miami. Getting the push here from Tracy Parsons. And now Kinder with the fresh air. Exactly what he wants to see with just 38 laps to go. Josh Smith trying to get the run now, crossing over Kinder, looking down to the inside. Parsons right behind as well, trying to follow Smith on through. And as they come off of turn number 2, Kinder's going to lose that position again, but he's not too worried about it. He knows that there's a lot of race left, and he's just going to let these two burn off their tires and pull away. That's exactly what we're seeing out of Garrett Kinder, showing the patience, showing the wisdom, and saying, you know what, boys, go burn your stuff off. I'll be here waiting for when you do. They make their way off of turn number 4. You see Kinder running that very low line, just kind of biding his time, and we're going to see that tonight. I think Kinder is in the best position out of all the drivers on track right now. A little further back in the field, we got a battle here between Aaron Adcock and Joaquin Meza. This is a battle for 10th. As Aaron Adcock gets around Joaquin and moves himself up into the top 10. Just behind Charlie Elmore, who was involved in that lap 5 incident. Currently running in 12th place, so having a great rebound. Same thing with Spencer Gay after he had Josh Lokenvitz's truck on top of his. Able to rebound, currently running in the 13th position. Garrett Kinder now putting some pressure on Josh Smith as Tracy Parsons is starting to pull away. Kinder all the way down on the bottom. See Alex Veith right there behind as well. Alex is the first car 1 lap down. Racing for the lucky dog if the yellow was to come out. And Kinder moves himself up into the 2nd position. Aaron Adcock looking down to the inside of Josh Lokenvitz. Move Adcock up into the 9th position. And Adcock currently 2nd in points, trying to have a good points day, a rebound from the incident earlier in the race. Trying to keep himself up in that upper portion of the points. Lokenvitz now gets passed by Charlie Elmore, and Lokenvitz still has all that damage to the right side of that truck. It's amazing he's been able to hold on this long and stay up there with these boys. But a tough break for him as he's starting to really slide backwards. See Joaquin Meza and Sam Wetstein side by side. And Pegleg Felt's in this mix as well. We'll see if Pegleg has an opportunity to get himself back up towards the front. They're going to be almost 3 wide coming off of turn number 4. Cody Bohm just getting around the 1 of Christopher Heiner, so move Bohm up into the 7th position. Do want to talk about Christopher Heiner's truck. I think that is a beautiful looking paint job, and that paint job is definitely worthy of the Smeal Racing Designs best paint of the night. We take a look at the truck here. Just a clean looking truck. Dirty Mo Media. I like it a lot, so even though he's getting passed now by Aaron Adcock. So Tracy Passions continues to lead over Garrett Kinder, going around the 6 of Tyler Rice, putting him 1 lap down. Josh Lokovitz, Mike Veith, both on pit road. So Lokovitz getting that damage fixed after that contact with the wall really killed his truck, and trying to salvage whatever finish he can. Couple of farms battling here. You got Rice Farms and Kinder Farm and Ranch. And Kinder now pulling right up on Tracy Passions. Oh, issue for Sam Wetstein. Not really sure what happened to Sam there. He's turned around on the backstretch here, down below the yellow line. So no caution is out. See if he's able to get this thing refired and rolling. And he's going to reset. Not sure what happened to Sam there. Let's take a look and see if we can see what happened to Sam. Oh, looks like I want to jump on board with Sam, and I want to see if his steering wheel cuts hard, magically just swings straight to the left here. Yeah, it looks like he might have had a mechanical issue there, or a wheel issue, or some kind of hardware issue that forces him to go dead left. Maybe his Oculus died, something like that. His VR crashed. There you go. So we got a battle for the lead as Garrett Kinder is looking now down to the inside of Tracy Passions. They are side by side for the lead. And as they cross the line this time, we'll have just 25 laps to go. Kinder on the inside, setting up this pass, and Passions fighting hard back on that high side, but Kinder able to roll the center just so much better in that 13 machine. He's going to retake the lead away from Tracy Passions. And yeah, Colby confirmed that his VR died, or his VR crashed, and that's as close to having a mechanical problem in iRacing as you can, having some kind of computer issue or technology issue, whether it's your wheel, your headset, your screens, your computer itself, losing internet, losing power. Remember losing power in the middle of a big race one time, and it's the equivalent of blowing a motor. But coming down to the end, Garrett Kinder is leading here at Miami. Tracy Passions falling in second, and Josh Smith still back in third. Got a good gap back to Tia Swank. It's a 6-second gap back to fourth. And Kinder starting to put a little bit of space between himself and Tracy Passions as Tracy's battling side by side with the 5 of Brett Grunwald, who is currently on fresh tires. Brett running back in the 25th position. See, Pegleg currently back up into the top 10, running in the 10th position after battling at the front for so long, and then getting into that little contact with the 78 that smoked that right rear and really killed his momentum. But currently running back in the top 10 in 10th. So having a good recovery. Same with Aaron Adcock, currently getting around the lap car of William Griffith. Aaron Adcock running back in the 8th position. That is your second in points. But Tracy just not able to catch back up to Garrett Kinder. As we have crossed the line this time, we'll have just 20 laps to go. And the last thing that Garrett Kinder wants to see at this point in the race is a yellow. Because right now he's pulling away, but we know that anything can happen. Crazier things have happened. We just saw Sam Wetstein have an issue with his VR headset. Fortunately, was able to stay down below the white line. But anything can happen here at Miami. Aaron Adcock catching the 78 of Cody Bohm. Trying to take over that 7th position. Slowly catching. So we ride along with Aaron and seeing how much deeper he's able to get that truck into the corner than the 78. He's going to pull right up on the back bumper. Great view from the roof here of Aaron Adcock's machine as they make their way down the backstretch. Using a little bit of that draft, trying to set himself up. Oh, almost some contact between those two drivers as Aaron's able to drive into the corner so much deeper. There you go, Adcock able to get back to the throttle so much sooner than Cody. But Cody's doing a good job doing what he has to do, making that truck as wide as he can to keep Aaron Adcock behind him. They're also catching up to the 17 of Josh Oswald as Aaron Adcock's going to take a look down to the inside this time. Almost some contact between those two drivers. They're side by side. 78 gets a good run back down the backstretch. Aaron Adcock able to drive in just a little bit deeper. Almost some more contact between those two drivers. There's the one of Christopher Heiner in the mix as well. Christopher in the lap down. But right up on the with the fresher tires there also, while that's going on behind them, they are catching Josh Oswald out the front bumper as well. So great battle heating up here. Move Aaron Adcock up into 7th position. Charlie Elmore in this mix as well, as he's to the back bumper of Cody Bohm. Up front, Garrett Kinder putting a lap on the 13th place car of Jeff Paisley. Jeff's got a lot of damage to that 7 machine. And Tracy Passon's just fallen back yet again. Last lap by, Tracy was just a little bit quicker than Kinder. But Kinder was dealing with the lap traffic, as he's able to get around Davy Jones as well. This battle right here between Jeff Paisley and Davy Jones is for position, right in front of Tracy Passons. Davy Jones going to move himself up into the 12th position. Spencer Gay is the last truck on the lead lap. As the battle is heating up here between Cody Bohm and Charlie Elmore. Elmore's trying to get that 9th position away. I'm sorry, that 8th position away. You see Joaquin Meza right there as well, as Elmore moves up into the 8th spot. And Aaron Adcock catching Josh Oswald in the late part of this race, as we have just 12 laps to go here at Miami. And Garrett Kinder continues to put on a bit of a clinic. Very Kolb-esque here. And we saw Jonah Colbert just dominate the first race, put on a clinic, put on a schooling on these boys. Although Garrett's not having to save as much fuel as Jonah did, as they had a caution come out and help save some fuel. Spencer Gay and Peg Leg Phelps battling it out right now. This is for the 10th position, as Spencer Gay is going to look down to the inside and move himself up into the top 10. Alex Veith getting passed here by the 3 of Christian Dedman, so move Christian up into the 15th position. Now Mike Veith looking underneath his son, trying to take, well, not a position away, but move himself forward on the track. And 10 laps to go. Kinder with almost a 2-second lead over Tracy Passons. Josh Oswald back in 6th, as Aaron Adcock reeling him in with just a few laps to go, and those extra points can mean something at the end of the race. We see T.S. Swank and Josh Smith going at it here. T.S. getting around Josh to take over the 3rd position. Unfortunately, the interval up to Tracy Passons is almost 10 seconds. So I don't think that there's going to be enough time, unless a yellow was to come out, for Tia Swank to get up to Tracy Passons and battle for that 2nd position. I know all the Garrett Kinder fans out there, that's the last thing that they want to see is a caution. But for the Tracy Passons fans out there, they're begging for that caution. we know there's a lot for both out there in the chat. Aaron Adcock now onto the back bumper of Josh Oswald, trying to take over that 6th position. They make their way into turns 1 and 2. We have just 7 laps to go. Adcock's been showing some speed here in the late portion of this run. Another driver showing some speed right now is the 20 of Charlie Elmore. Currently up in the 8th position, and he's actually running down both Aaron Adcock and Josh Oswald. So Cody Bohm back here getting around Spencer Gay and continuing to march forward. But here's the battle. Here it is. Aaron Adcock looking down to the inside of Josh Oswald. Adcock's going to easily take that position away, so move Adcock up into the 6th position. And Charlie Elmore trying to get up to take away the 7th position. Again, you see him really showing some speed late in this run, with just 5 laps to go. Garrett Kinder on cruise control coming off of turn number 4. We're going to have just 4 laps to go. Garrett Kinder is just going to keep it in cruise control here. The peanut gallery on the chat on YouTube is all talking about yellow flags, which are hopefully they're not going to jinx Kinder here, as Kinder makes his way off of turn number 4. 3 laps to go. Charlie Elmore is there trying to get around Josh Oswald to take over that 7th position. Well, Oswald is going to do it up on the high side as Garrett Kinder comes down the backstretch. And when Kinder comes across the stripe this time, the flagman will be holding up 2 fingers, or 2 flags showing popsicle sticks saying 2 laps to go. This is the last lap. A yellow could come out. As soon as Garrett Kinder takes the white flag, the yellow flag will be put away. As Kinder comes off of turn number 2. As Kinder makes his way off of turn number 4, the white flag will be in the air. 1 lap to go here at Miami. The yellow flag has been put away. Kinder just has to make 4 good laps, and it's a 6 seconds back to Tracy Passons, who is running all by himself, and then another 6 seconds back to Tia Swank. So Kinder all by himself out front as he makes his way through turns 3 and 4. And Kinder is going to come across the stripe and win it here at Miami Speedway. So a great job here to Garrett Kinder, getting the win. Celebrating here. I'm sure that microphone is keyed up and loud in his room. Again, Tracy Passons coming home 2nd. Tia Swank coming home 3rd. And let's take a look at the burnout from the 13 of Garrett Kinder. Celebrating down on the apron, then gets plowed by Davy Jones. Expect a few more to come piling in here. There it is. The celebratory demolition derby at the end of the race. We wouldn't have it any other way. See how far around the track they can knock that 13 machine. They've already got him down in the center of turns 1 and 2. As we take a look at the results. Again, Garrett Kinder coming home with the win. Tracy Parsons, Tia Swank, your top 3. Kyle Roberts, your biggest mover of the race, comes home in 4th, and Aaron Adcock in 5th. Then Charlie Elmore, Josh Oswald, Cody Bohm, Spencer Gay, and Chuck Pegleg Phelps rounds out your top 10. Josh Smith comes home in 11th. Davy Jones 12th. Jeff Paisley, Christian Dedman, and Tyler Rice, your top 15. Christopher Heiner, Alex Veith, Joaquin Meza, Charles Stevens Jr., and Josh Lokovitz, your top 20. 21st will be Mickey Isaac. 22nd, Jim McClendon. 23rd, Mike Veith. Then William Griffith, 24th. Brett Grunwald, 25th. Sam Wetstein, after having the headset issue, comes home 26th. And Ray Page rounds out the field in 27th position. As we get ready for our Thunderstruck Super Series post-race interviews. See if we can dial up our 3rd place finisher. I don't see Tias in the chat here. So I'm just waiting for Tias to join here, as he is our 3rd place finisher here tonight at Miami. And I don't think he's going to join us, so we'll move right along to our 2nd place finisher, Tracy Parsons. Tracy, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. Josh, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing well. You had a great run tonight. Led some laps. Had a couple moments out there as well. You and the 78 were racing side by side pretty well. Almost made some contact. And come home 2nd place. Got to feel pretty good to get that good finish under your belt here tonight.
Yes, sir. It sure does.
What was the strategy here tonight? I know you probably watched the first race and saw it go flag to flag, green flag. Were you kind of expecting this one to have a long green flag run as well?
I really didn't know what to think, but I was trying to not push it too hard to save gas, but at the end there, I had to back off of it because I was fixing to run out, and I started sputtering just before I saw the checkered flag. I just ran out before I got to it.
Well, great job saving a little bit of fuel to make it there at the end. And yeah, strategy seemed to be the key here. Were you hoping for a caution there at the end to try to get a chance at Kinder?
It would have been nice to got a caution to see if I could pass him, but I'll take 2nd any day, other than on the record.
For sure. Well, again, congratulations on the 2nd place finish. Anybody you want to thank? Any shots you got to give before we let you go to here tonight?
Yeah, thank you for still doing this for us and doing a good job, and Hall Heaton and Sheet Metal, and want to remember Ray Cobb and all the admins and my teammates over at Man Motorsports. I think we all done a pretty good job tonight in the race, and maybe we can continue this and just enjoy doing this. And thank you so much for what you do for us.
Well, I appreciate the kind words, and I'm sure we'll talk to you again soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
There you have it. Tracy Parsons, your 2nd place finisher. Let's bring in your winner tonight, Garrett Kinder. Garrett, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
I got you, Josh.
Man, we rode on board with you tonight, and you were turning the wheel to the left, and we were all a little confused by that after Friday night. But great job coming home with the win and kind of putting on a show here tonight. Dominated most of the race, pulling away. You had a fast truck out there, and did you have to save any fuel there towards the end? I know the first race was a fuel mileage race, and this one kind of came down to fuel mileage as well.
That early caution that happened, I think, like lap 1 or 2 or something like that. it granted me the ability to go ahead and just push as hard as I wanted to in that first run and make it to lap 52. I could have pushed to 53, but I would have been cutting it pretty close on fuel. And I knew if I made it to at least 52 that I'd be good to the end. So didn't really have to save any fuel. It was all just kind of a tire strategy game tonight. And as far as the turning left, turning right, I was bored. Man, I so wanted to get up there and just rip the wall down and be hanging it out, but that's not the way it's done here at Homestead anymore. A couple seasons back, that was the primary way around this track, and you could really just haul the mail with it, and it didn't really fall off that much. But updated tire models, updated track surfaces and stuff. It's changed to a bottom line track, and it do what you got to do to win, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. And there was one point where Tracy and Josh Smith were kind of battling pretty hard there right after the pit stops, and you were kind of just hanging out behind. Was that part of that tire saving strategy? Just let them have at it and kind of just hang back there and wait it out?
Initially, yes, but I think they made a little bit of contact on the entry of turn 3, and the nerves started getting to me just a little bit. And I said, man, I need to get around them just in case they, get into each other again, end up wreck. I don't want to get collected in this thing. But so I got by them, and then they just started racing me hard on the outside. So I said, stick to the strategy, let it work itself out, let them get back by. And then a few laps later, it was, I was able to pass them on that inside line, just doing a little bit of tire saving.
For sure. And great job all around. Reaper Racing had a pretty good showing up until Deadman had a little issue there halfway through the race. But you guys looked good out there tonight yet again, and congrats on the win. Before I let you go,
I appreciate it.
Yeah, before I let you go, anybody you want to shout out? I know you got a list.
Well, I'll go ahead and just hit on the teammate since you hit on it. Yeah, absolutely fantastic showing tonight. We're missing Brandon Wallace. He's out on a ski trip, but I'm sure he would have been running just fine. These long fuel runs, it's his cup of tea, so I'm sure he would have loved this race. Very unfortunate for Coach. Starting out on the pole, man, he was lightning fast tonight, and me and him were running the same strategy. Just take it easy and let the trucks come back to you after they race their stuff up. Kyle Roberts, man, absolutely phenomenal, coming 26 to 4th. I'm pretty sure that's the hard charger of the race. So, absolutely phenomenal team wise. Can't be more pleased with that. Of course, got to thank you up in the booth. Everybody over Intensity, y'all do an absolutely phenomenal job. I'm glad you're back for the doubleheader. I know it's probably a little taxing on you, but I think it's your first week back in a couple of weeks. So, I actually tuned into that broadcast a little bit towards the end, like the last 15 or so laps, and watched Jonah bring it home. So congrats to him for sweeping. He won the cup race last night here. So big shout out to him. I got to thank Kinder Farm and Ranch for being the primary sponsor. Love having them on board. Phone's been blowing up, sending me pictures, holding one finger up, saying good job, all that stuff. So love having them on board, Mom and Dad, and Cody and Ashley and the kids. If y'all are watching, love y'all to death. Ratchet Speed Shop, he's been blowing the phone up too, and I'll tell you, Josh, it's really phenomenal to have that kind of support system behind you. Whenever you do good in the race or you do bad in the race, no matter what, they're going to shoot you a text saying, good job, way to get her done, or hey, better luck next time. You had them, bad luck, that kind of thing. So big shout out to both of them, both those groups. Big Frig and Cross 5 cattle coolers. If you want to keep your stuff hot and keep your stuff cold for cheaper and long than anybody else, look up Big Frig and Cross 5 cattle coolers at bigfrig.com. Wolfpack Racing, Ray Page over there. I think he's the one that Coach ended up getting tangled up with, unfortunately. So hate to see that for both of them, but Ray's still a great guy, and just real fun to talk to. If you get a chance, go give him a shout. And once again, everybody over at the team, can't thank those guys enough. We all work really well together, especially after after a restructure, the new team this season than what we had last season. So it's really phenomenal to have that cohesion as a unit, that we can all work together and share some strategy and have a good time with it and cut up in voice chat during the race. I got to thank Hall Heating and Sheet Metal for being the primary sponsor of the series. Of course, we all do this. Memory of Ray Cobb was a racer with us here for a while that passed away, unfortunately. Smeal Racing Design, Shiba Inu Crypto, Intensity Broadcasting, Chuck Pegleg Phelps for the Pole Award, P&J Motorsports, I believe they're the Hard Luck Award, Evil Empire. Can't remember what they sponsor off the top of my head, but Thunderstruck Super Series, I'm pretty sure they sponsor the post-race interviews. Kinder Farm and Ranch for the Wreckage Rewind, Smeal Racing Designs for the best paint of the night, and of course B&K Motorsports and Cebulski Window Tinting. Just everybody that keeps this thing clicking off and running without a hitch. It's really phenomenal to get out here and run. So big shout out to them, and as well as Griff for putting this whole thing together. He had a little bit of a tough night tonight too. I didn't mention him earlier, but a little bit of a tough night. He had a little bit of aero damage. It was really killing his fuel mileage, he said. So unfortunate for him. But yeah, man, just a good race, good time, and hopefully we can run it back again next week.
For sure, and this will increase your points lead going into Iowa next week. And then after Iowa, I know you're looking forward to Eldora.
Eldora is going to be a good time. We have a few dirt ringers over here that will be able to have a good time. I think I might pull a doubleheader that night. I'm going to drop over and run the earlier race with Outlaws as well, just to kind of get a feel of the track. Been nice enough that the admins over there, Swink, said, yeah, go ahead and run with them if you want to. So get a little bit of dirt experience. I'm gonna be wore out, I can tell you that much, though. That dirt track racing is something else, and man, hopefully it's gonna be a good time, put on a good show. I know dirt track racing is near and dear to a lot of people that enjoy going out on the Saturday nights, going to local dirt tracks and having a good time and hanging out with their buddies. So hopefully we can get that same mentality going in here.
For sure. Well, again, congratulations on the win, Kinder, and I'm sure we'll be talking again soon.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
There you have it, your winner tonight, Garrett Kinder, coming home with the win here at Homestead, Miami. Again, your Hard Charger Award tonight will go to the 35 of Kyle Roberts. Kyle Roberts moving up 22 positions to get himself up into the Hard Charger Award, up into the top 5, coming home in 4th. Also want to mention the P&J Motorsports Hard Luck Award, and that's going to go to Mr. Christian Dedman here tonight, as Dedman, coach, getting caught up in something that didn't even involve him at all, gets wrecked and knocked out of the race. So tough break, hard luck for Christian Dedman. So that's going to do it here tonight on Intensity Broadcasting. Again, thanks for joining us here tonight. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch. Follow us on Twitter at IntensityBroad1. Check out the Original Rebels Racing League's website. You can find the link below in the description, as well as the link to our web store. We've got everything from hats, t-shirts, coffee mugs, mouse pads, featuring both Intensity Broadcasting and some of your favorite Intensity leagues, such as the SCSRA, Original Rebels Racing League, Thunderstruck, the Mayhem Modifieds, and Extreme Forces. So check that out at intensitybroadcasting.com. Again, we do thank... Oh, and don't forget, speaking of the web store, and I forgot to mention this earlier, the champion from each series here on Intensity Broadcasting will receive a piece of swag courtesy of Intensity Broadcasting. So whoever gets that win tonight will have their choice of any Intensity Broadcasting merch. So definitely want to shout out the web store for that as well. Again, thanks for joining us here tonight on Intensity Broadcasting. Again, my name is Josh Hall. And for everybody here at Intensity Broadcasting, as our boy Atlee Atman Weiss would say, over and out.